Hello everyone, and welcome to the final round 6 out of 6 of the HTR Multiclass Series. And it brings us to the home of endurance racing, Le Mans. And this is with chicanes, which thank God it is. Last week I got really pissed off that it wasn't, and then they changed it last minute to chicanes. Yay. Now, the car I'm in is the old Toyota TS030 from 2012, and some keen-eyed viewers of you might realize what livery I'm running, and that's the LMP2 into Europol livery, because that's how I thought this session would go. Because this lobby, because we had enough players from each, because we always split in two lobbies, but because some people didn't show up, we merged the two lobbies together, and it meant there was a lot of competitive cars we had to go up against. So I thought, alright, this car looks pretty close to an LMP2 car, and I'll probably feel like an LMP2 car. And that's why it's on. And I'm talking about the hypercar, the GTR, the new R18, the Porsche 919. So these are heavyweights. More the Toyota and the GTR, as usual with this series. But this is our qualifying lap, and currently we're in P1 by quite a long shot, and that makes me a little bit happier because the conditions, as you can see from the title, this is the championship decider, and the conditions for me to win this championship is that I need to win the race. If I don't, it's over. So number one, I need to win the race, and number two, my competitor, which is in Group 3, needs to not come first. So two things need to happen for me to win this championship, and one of them is in my control, so I gotta make sure that happens. So we're going down towards Indianapolis here, and yeah, we need to win this race. So you'll also realize this this video is a little longer. It's Le Mans. If I want to cover things, it's going to inevitably be longer compared to all the other circuits. Like, God, this is like twice as long as Spa, pretty much. So, yeah, deal with it. Anyways, you'll realize on the bottom right-hand corner, time remaining. This is going to come down to the wire with the qualifying. I pretty much need to set, like, a massive purple lap, or the lap won't count because the timer would run out. So in we go into the Porsche curves. I'm pretty much the only car setting a flying lap, and it's a 144 purple. It probably won't be enough to make it to the line, so I need to go even quicker. As Nick goes quicker, as you see in the bottom left corner with the record thing that pops up. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, right? As we come towards the paddock now, braking, going towards into the Ford chicanes now. 8 seconds. It looks like I'm not going to make it. As we pass through the front chicane, put the throttle down, and 0 blackness, and we get the purple lap. A 3-minute 30.5. So I improved by, I think, 6 to 7 tenths, I think it was. So that's pretty cool. And you can see there, this is one of the things that pissed me off about this race. That was that the required racing tire type was a soft tire. You have to use it at some point. So, and I hate using the soft tire. It's too unreliable. So we're on the grid here. Instantly gonna put the brake bias all the way to the front. It's gonna affect how the car handles, but I need to preserve those rear tires. As off we go. I know it's weird seeing Le Mans with a grid start. It's still a bit weird, just like Daytona was with the grid start. As the other car, the other TS030, so TS030s have a front row lockout here. Jumps me on the start. And you can see in the rev gauge, I'm already fuel saving immediately. Right off the rip. And most of us are kind of doing the same thing as well. Pretty much fuel saving straight off the rip. As we go towards Tertre Rouge now, it's going to be quite just a nice first lap. No one's really butting heads with each other. It's kind of like how this year's Le Mans race started. minus Julian Adlau just freaking being a psycho and passing the Hertzstein Jonah car literally into the first chicane. But yeah, no one really is sending it on each other basically. We're all pretty much being in a single file line, and yeah, nothing really much to report on. But I usually try and keep the first lap even though it isn't too eventful. So what's my strategy? So you see that I'm on medium tires. So the first 4 cars, which you'll see in a little bit, are all pretty much running the same strategy of running the mediums because there is rain at some point. It will happen. So we're all going to try and fuel save on the medium tire to get to the rain, because we all kind of figured out pretty quickly that the soft tire only lasts 4 laps. 5 if you really want to push it. Now from my testing, in this car with some pretty alright fuel saving, I can make 10 laps with this medium tire. I don't know about everyone else, but that's pretty much the target I'm aiming for here. Just in case for the worst case scenario, basically. You always want to prepare for the worst, because if you don't, and then you realize you need a few more laps, but you've already burnt your fuel, strategy's out the window, you've lost. And once again, this is a championship on the line, so I really need to play it safe here. So, go down, we've just passed Mulsanne. Chopper, so pretty much everyone behind us is in a car that is much quicker than me and Miley's car. Our cars on the Mulsanne can't even hit 300. Nick can easily hit 315. Chopper in the R18 can hit 315 as well. Motormad is in the GTR, that thing can hit high 320s. And Jeffrey is in the old R18, so that thing's crap. Fury, he's in the Porsche 919, pretty good in the corners. And Superhero's in the hypercar, which can go 330, but they're not the main players here, they're a little bit too far back. Main problem here is Nick, which is going to be absolutely flying in that Peugeot. Yeah. So, we go through the Porsche curves for the first time. Pretty liberal, nothing crazy, I guess, to report. But yeah, us 4 here, Miley, myself, Nick, and Motormad, all same strategy. Use the medium tire till we get to the rain. As we're gonna transition. Oh, have I even put the transition? No, we're not. Sorry. No, I'm being stupid. So that was lap 1. Pretty alright. Nothing too crazy going on. However, we're gonna skip in a little bit to the next clip, which will be after Mulsanne, I think, because no matter how quick me and Miley can go in these corners, Nick and Motormad can just instantly make out that time on the straight. They're that much quicker than us. Like, our only good thing is that this thing is slightly okay in high-speed corners. As we switch to, we've just passed Mulsanne, and I'm looking back, Nick and Motormad are prime and waiting to pass us, basically. As we go under the Guzoo Racing, is it the Guzoo Racing gantry in a bit? Nick just flies straight past as if, again, I'm like an LMP2 car, which is why I picked the Inter Europol livery. And Motormad is also right behind us, so this is quite scary to think that this early in the race and we're already being overhauled by these really fast cars. It's going to Arnage. Nick goes wide, gets dirty tires, and lets us through. But you'll see by the time we get close to the Porsche curves, he's slowly going to start catching us again. If you look bottom right in the radar, he's already popping up. However, he does the smart decision and just staying back, because he knows that through this bit I'm just going to fly through the Porsche curves, and if he passes me, he'll just slow both of us down and probably let Motormad through. But I can't really stop the inevitable as we go to lap 3 on the Mulsanne, and off he goes. Off he goes and passes us on the straight. And again, I will say that Nick and Miley are probably the 2 competition for this race, so I need to keep these 2 in my sights, as Motormad is kind of starting to fall off away from us now. And now I've tucked in the slipstream, trying to short shift to, I don't know, let air resistance get my speed up, but Nick is just that quick in the Peugeot. Nothing I can do about it. As we break from Ulsan, and I'm hoping Nick kind of does an upset here, and kind of disrupts Miley here, because he's kind of been playing it safe at the front. No pressure really from anyone. And knowing Nick, if he can get close to him before the Porsche curves, he's gonna make a move. As you can see, they're already side by side going into Indianapolis, and I can't even tell who's on the outside. Oh, Miley's on the outside as Nick gets it on the inside. But you can see Miley, he's got the hybrid, he's gonna try and fight it, as they're kind of side by side, but can't fight it. That Peugeot's a little too quick. And now that thing's gonna chuck dirty air into us for the Porsche curves. As we move on to lap 5, and this is where I'm kind of tired of sitting behind Miley. I feel like I'm quicker. So, we're going to put the wick up and just pass him on the straight. So, into the slipstream. I know he's not getting any slipstream service from the Peugeot ahead. So, it's quite an easy pass, and we have done a much better run through Turk Rouge as well, which helped us with the overtake. And that's kind of where this first stint's action with other cars ends. As we fast forward to lap 6, you can see in the bottom right, this is the bit I want you to focus on. There's a bit of rain, and we all passed the pit lane. And Nick made a funny comment. He's like, I'm glad I'm not the only one of us 4 thinking of going another lap. And my strategy was, whatever Nick does, I copy him. But you can see on the bottom left, the rain is getting darker. So now we're all like, oh crap. Everyone, panic stations. No more fuel saving, just race to the end. Just race to the end. Don't hold each other up, just get to the end now. We've made sort of a pack. As you can see, that darker shade of blue is now popping up. And guess what? I've got the hiccups again. I hate this. I don't know why it happens. But it's a race into the pit lane. As you can see now on the bottom left, that bar is slowly starting to creep up. The moisture meter is starting to creep up. And on top of that, it's turning night. So we've got a 24-hour night cycle here as well to simulate 24 hours. As now we're also getting close to traffic in the Porsche curves as it's getting wet, as it's turning night. So I really need to be careful here that I don't crash out here. As we go into the right here, Nick's getting held up by Sully, but I don't feel like there can be a nice safe spot opening up on the right, so I'm going to go to the left of Tricky Brewer here and pass him safely. And now we're borderline on the wet, where we got to start switching to inters now, and all of us pretty much breathe the sigh of relief as we've only just beat the rain into the pit lane. As literally like maybe 30 seconds more and we would have been in trouble. So you can see on the left side of your screen, I've got like double of Nick's fuel, which is what I was kind of banking on. So we're going to jump him in the pit lane as the boys change the wheels or the tires, and we're going to go full fuel. And we're going to jump Nick right now. Out of the pit lane we go. As we look back, he's right there. We've gained about 2 seconds on him, all because of fuel saving, and I was able to keep up with him in the first stint. So it's a net win for us. However, it doesn't take that long until he catches us again. As we go to the end of lap 8, and here's something funny. There's someone in front of us. Can you notice who that is? I'll give you a little bit of time to guess, but Nick is now on our heels here in the pitch black darkness now. And what's annoying about this is that the sun is glaring onto my monitor at this point, like the real life sun, and I can barely see, so that's fun. And I think I've given you enough time to guess. That is Scotty Ray, our championship guy that we're trying to beat, and he's first in class at the moment. So I could have just done him a slight little tap and sales blame it on the rain, but that's a little bit evil. So we go under him here, but something happens behind us and someone gets spun out here. and I was really praying it was Scotty Ray. However, it's not, and it was Nick. So, this is not the onboard, but you know, the camera from Nick's point of view here. As we pass Scotty Ray on the inside, and Nick is going to try and do the same thing again, but they kind of both collide, and it's only a slight tap, and Nick goes flying and turning around. Now at this point, I didn't know this. I thought it was Scotty Ray that got turned around. So I was slightly happy that the spin happened. Again, unbeknownst to me, it was Nick the whole time. But I do realize it a little bit. And this is now after the rain. And I pretty much noticed, okay, Nick was the one that spun because I've pulled a 37-second gap. What? A 37-second gap to P2 now. And nothing else happened in the night, basically, just passing a bunch of traffic. So yeah, we've pulled 37 seconds in the night, plus pits, and that's pretty much it. Nothing else to report. And this is the final lap, and we're met again with Scotty Ray. I really wanted to. I don't think you guys know how much I really wanted to tap him off his line, but that's just unsportsmanship and not the aim of the game. You should never do that. Don't do that at home, kids. You'll have a very strong hate message directed to you. And we come first, the best we can do. But unfortunately, Scotty has also done the best that he can do and come first in his class. So that's it. The championship has been wrapped up, and Scotty is the winner of the Drivers' Championship. As the table comes up here, bottom one, Scotty's pipped us by 7 points. It's annoyed me, but realistically, I lost. Even if I didn't win this race at Le Mans, like say if I came P2 or something, realistically, I lost this championship at Spa from that one tiny brake error going into the pit lane. That lost us the championship. That really small margin. However, in the Drivers' Championship, we've come P2, really far behind both Nick and Expat. So congrats to them. They were just really consistent. They were like nabbing P2s pretty much every single race. And Nick won, I think, 2 of them as well. I think. Or 1. I don't remember, but they were just super consistent. Unfortunately, even with my really good results, P1s, we came up with P2, which, you know what, I'm happy. And we only just got P2 ahead of the guys behind us. We're both on the same points tally. I think we're ahead because of the wins we've had. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the HTR Multiclass Series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was as fun to watch as it was for me to race. From here on out, I don't know what I'm going to do next. More series, streaming, go back to GT3 racing showcases. I don't know yet. You guys tell me. I don't know. The comments have been really quiet recently. So if you guys want to let me know what we should do next, go for it, really. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.